Welcome to Rowdy and Real with me, Sophie Shaw, hypnotherapist, Reiki master teacher, wellbeing coach, and slight loose cannon. I'll be sharing some life lessons and wisdom from the real world. If nothing else, it'll take your mind off your problems for a bit. And if we're really lucky, you might even hear something that helps you to make it better. So stick around for real talk, real growth, and some probable bad language. Let's dive in, shall we? Hi, beautiful. Welcome to Rowdy and Real, the show where I attempt in the space of roughly 10 minutes or so to completely set the world to rights. I like to think my goals are achievable and realistic and not too lofty. That seems totally doable to me. Listen, what if I told you that you don't need self-improvement? You don't need it at all, not even in the slightest. Excuse me, what? Yep, you don't need it. You are all done with self-improvement. You can just chuck that one out now. You're done. You've graduated. You're golden. I know. It sounds ridiculous, right? Because obviously you need self-improvement. There is so much about you that needs to be improved, right? I mean, how could you possibly think of giving up on self-improvement when there is so much to do? I mean, look at your diet, for example. You and I both know your diet is not what it should be. It's pretty poor. It's better than it was, but it's still not where it should be, right? Yeah? And you obviously, you know that you need to do more to be fit and healthy. Can't just sit on your ass all day. You can see it in your body, how you've neglected your body. Obviously, you've got to set to immediately get to work on improving that, improving your health, improving your commitment. If you were just a bit more committed, you'd be able to get on with this. And we know your home is a bit of a mess, right? I know you still haven't picked up that pile of crap that's been sitting there for months, maybe even years. And probably your work is not great. Your business might be flagging, or, you haven't got the income that you want. And again, it's probably due to a lack of commitment. And maybe you're just not even meant to be in business. And let's not even get started on your relationships or your mental health, or, that meditation practice that you were supposed to take up, or what a crappy parent you are. Okay, stop. I'm really sorry. And I love you. I'm so sorry to do that to you. That was all bullshit. But from years of experience, I know that is what's going on in most of my clients' heads pretty much all the time. It's exhausting. It's abusive. And if I told you to stop it, like right now, just stop all of that, I'm sure that you would go, yeah, okay, I'll stop. But then you'd instantly think of a million things about yourself that you can't just sit and accept, that you would have to change before you could accept yourself. In other words, you can't accept yourself exactly as you are right now because, you're not at the right weight yet, or you're not at the right income level, or, you haven't got the right relationship or the right job or the right clients, or blah, blah, blah. In other words, you're not ready to accept yourself exactly as you are right now because there's stuff about yourself that you need to change before you can do that. And that's why self-improvement is a load of crap, because it's not about self-improvement. It's actually about self-rejection. Isn't that horrible? You hate knowing that that's what you've been doing all the while. But please don't give yourself a hard time for having given yourself a hard time. It's not your fault, okay? This commercial society has been deliberately built and designed to make you feel less than, to make you feel not good enough. And this is particularly true for women, people of color, people who are disabled, the LGBTQ plus community. Because if you are not good enough, if you are fundamentally lacking, if there is something just kind of not right with you, then you can be sold to. You can be sold the solution. You can be sold a cream or a pill or a diet or, a really uncomfortable bit of spandex or some kind of foolproof method or a new phone or whatever it is, the self-improvement industry is absolutely a part of that system. So this is why I tell all of my clients, we are done with that. We are done with self-improvement. Self-improvement comes from a place of not enoughness. It comes from the basic assumption that who I am, how I live in this world, how I look, how I operate is not enough. I am not enough. I am not good enough yet. I must keep striving until I'm better and better. And that kind of goalpost, that place where you are okay and you are enough, is some nebulous place in the future that you actually never reach. So, what's the alternative to self improvement? What can we think about instead of self improvement? What's the more loving and compassionate way to think about this? Let me offer you some guidance. So, I don't get my clients to focus on self improvement. Instead, we focus on self acceptance. Then, and only then, we can look at self development. Now, you may be forgiven for thinking, oh, for God's sake, it's the exact same thing, just put in different words, but it's not, and I'll fight you. There is a real power in words. They are hypnotic, they are extremely important. Self improvement comes from a place of lack, comes from a place of not enoughness. Self development comes from a place of saying, I'm great right now. I'm absolutely good. I'm golden. And there's more that I want. And the irony is that you begin to allow positive change in your life the moment that you accept yourself for the way you are right now. It's a paradox. But when you focus on self-development and you do that in a safe and non-judgmental environment like a therapy room, then you get the opportunity to, air out the closets of your mind, the things that you've been hanging on to for years, the things that make you feel shame and guilt and fear. Those things like to hide at the back of the closet. They like to hide away in the dark, not having any light shone on them. But once those things are exposed to the light, then 99 times out of 100, you just discover that they're just normal. You are normal. You're normal in your own weird, wonderful, freakish, and unique way. I mean, there's no such thing as normal, right? And yes, I include in that your bitchiness, your awful, beautiful body, your mean thoughts, your negativity, your ignorance, your bad behavior. Every single part of you is normal. It's normal, it's valued, and it's utterly lovable. And every single part of you is exactly as it should be right now. You are exactly where you're meant to be on your journey. And it's changing and changeable too. So here's the thing about self-acceptance. I think, many people, when they hear the term self-acceptance, they're like, well, that means I'm stuck, right? I'm stuck like this. I can't ever improve. Well, no, self-acceptance doesn't mean settling or staying stuck. It doesn't mean staying where you are, and it certainly doesn't mean giving up. It just means loving yourself exactly as you are today without having to change one cell of your being. And at the same time, wanting more for yourself. More ease, more fun, more money, more joy, more love. And can you hear the difference between the and the but? So self-improvement says, I would love myself exactly as I am right now, but I can't because da-da-da-da-da-da. Whereas self-acceptance says, I love myself exactly as I am right now, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. In other words, when self-improvement is motivated by this deep-seated sense of inadequacy, of not enough, you will never, ever get there, over there where everything is good and golden. You'll never be satisfied. It will always feel like endless work. There will always be more to improve. You will never get to the finish line. Now, when it's motivated by a deep appreciation of who you are and all that you can have, then that exact same journey, instead of feeling like an endless slog, feels like endless discovery, endless expansion, growing. My love, are you getting this? I personally have been really guilty of slogging away at self-improvement and not realizing that instead of improving myself, what I was really doing was constantly rehearsing and repeating that same message of, I'm not enough as I am. So at times where I've thought I'm on this great journey of, real self-care and being really disciplined, I'm putting huge air quotes around that word, disciplined. I'm being really disciplined about my exercise and my diet and my meditation and my self-care and all of that, without realizing that it was just motivated by that old devil of, I'm not enough. Does this resonate with you? Have you been guilty of doing this? Are you doing it right now? And if so, let me invite you to stop. Right now, today, it's time. It is absolutely overdue time. And instead, I invite you to bask for a while. Just take this moment now to listen to your favorite tunes, to go take a walk, to paint something, to go and sing in the shower. I invite you to waste time for a bit. And I know that's going to bring up a lot of resistance, but please do me a little favor. Try it. Just for me. Try it for a day. Let yourself off the hook and watch what happens. And bear in mind that your version of loving yourself today may mean, I love the feeling I get when I go out for a run, or I love the feeling that I get when I eat really beautifully. So self-acceptance, just as a reminder, doesn't mean giving up, doesn't mean giving in, doesn't mean living like a slob and never making any positive changes to your life. It just means that instead of motivated by not enoughness, they are motivated by self-love. Can you try that just for today and see what happens? And let me know how you go. I'm sending you lots and lots of love. Till next time. Thanks for listening to Rowdy and Real with me, Sophie Shaw. This podcast is intended for educational and vaguely entertaining purposes and is not a replacement for counselling, psychotherapy or coaching. Please take responsibility for your mental health and ask for the help you need. You're fabulous and you deserve to be happy. If you'd like to stay in touch, then please visit norwichtherapy.co.uk and join the mailing list to receive a gorgeous free meditation straight into your inbox. And if you'd like to chat with me about your stuff, then please book yourself a free 30-minute call at sophieshaw.as.me/free call, and we'll start making a plan for your happiness. Bye.